Hey guys, and welcome back. I'm Rachel O'Leary, and today I was doing maintenance on my Fluval 5-gallon Spec aquarium that houses my betta sidfishes as well as some mono shrimp and some blue neocaradinas. And I thought it might be interesting to take a look back in time. Now, if you're new here, I keep a ton of aquariums, but this is the only one I keep in my living room. Most of them are in my basement fish room, and my philosophy is very much to create a natural habitat for our fish to thrive. And Sid here is no exception. But I thought it might be fun to take a look back and see how this Planet Aquarium has evolved over the past 3 years. I set it up in July of 2016, I believe, and I think you'll see that it's been quite interesting to see how it's grown and changed over the years. Maintenance on this aquarium is pretty easy. I simply do a weekly water change, pulling out any plants that need to be thinned and refilling. Now, this tank does have plants that grow pretty quickly despite being low light, no CO2, no fertilizers, and pretty hands-off. About every 3 months, I have to pull out about a basketball of plant matter. Back when I started this aquarium, I was really focused on showcasing the wooden rocks that I had chosen without really thinking about the fact that as the plants grew, they would definitely cover over all of the hardscape that I put in there. Now, while I loved how this little clovery hydrocotyledon tripartia looked, it really overtook the tank, so I ended up pulling it out and adding more bucephalandras and anubias. Somehow moss got into the aquarium, then Sawassertang got into the aquarium, and things really started to fill out. I was super pleased, though, that my little hairgrass carpet was doing okay. Now, at one point, it was doing pretty stable, but my plants started to migrate to where they wanted them. And as we watch it evolve, you'll see that the narrowleaf Java fern that I originally had on the left side of the tank has moved over to the right, and it's sort of become colonized with these very low light mosses and ferns. But I think it looks pretty good and it's really successful, and it's just something to think about when you're setting up an aquarium. I know it can be really, really hard to have patience, but if you're going for a low tech, low light, easy to maintain setup, sometimes having patience and just waiting to see what happens will yield you the best results. There's a lot of trial and error in Planet Aquariums, and I think that this one has ended up being pretty darn successful and incredibly easy to maintain. I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing the evolution of my aquarium, and thanks always as your continued support. Make sure you're subscribed to that notification bell on so you don't miss any of my upcoming updates, as the fish room renovations are in high swing and we're going to be moving in the rest of the critters from the yard and the greenhouse, as well as overwintering plants, closing the bog, and so much more. I also plan to start live streams again soon, so that notification bell is really important.